Today I have Kazbek Teunaev as my guest, our brother from Karachay, Cherkessia. Thank you for coming.
Hello?
Mother is to blame, if I may say so in quotes.
Yeah.
Horse village? Say, hey, village. There you are, she says, you upset your mother. And I'm thinking, what did I do? I think, right? I think, was he killed or something? Something like that happened. For the first time in my life, I remember, I shed such a rare manly tear, bro. In 2 or 3 months, we knew Turkish. Well, we were fluent. I remember in 6 months, I probably knew English better than I do now. Mother was on cloud nine. Well, when she was happy, I was also thrilled, so
Of course.
they drilled it into us from the first days. You're no worse than those at Cambridge.
Were they training scouts?
For some reason, I think, brother, they taught us not to look like this. But to look like this, that's what I'll say. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Father got a bit teary eyed. I thought he was in shock. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have had the guts. I mean, I came, earned some money, and bailed out. 3 moments. I brought prayer beads there once, I remember. I got scolded. So much for those prayer beads, I thought. But secretly, all the teachers there were praying. We didn't even know they were praying at all. Pennsylvania is like Transylvania, and vampires live there, you know? Everyone who came there young at that time will tell you the same story. There's no connection.
Yes.
I remember I called my mother a day after arriving, basically. Imagine how much they worried, right? There's absolutely no connection. Can you imagine? If I had arrived in Chicago at that time.
Yes.
Wow, I probably would have turned back the next time. In this business, there were people who, well, were not principled. That is, they deceived people a lot. Like in Arizona. The next day he calls in New York. I think, what do you mean? In New York, I say. By then they already knew about the trucks. Credit, no credit. These things, they are more understandable, more obvious.
Uh-huh.
These smart guys come up with such gray white things that you kind of think,
Well, there's a wonderful book, The Paper Conspiracy, written by David Litt. I recommend everyone read it and understand where banks originated from. What you're talking about, it's all written there.
many have this kind of narrative thinking again. So, for example, if you, in short, take a credit card, all your problems are solved. Some even find for themselves. You can steal, they say. It's like Americans say, like, bullshit.
Bullshit.
Number one.
Number one, bullshit. That's okay.
So this needs to be distinguished. An economist is like that. A few words of useful advice can change some people's fate. Oh, me? Ho, ho, ho. I just remembered. Now I'll tell you everything about trucks. What's there? You present yourself in such a way that later you can borrow from someone.
You can absolutely be lent money indeed. You'll return it.
Some will say no. Alhamdulillah, by the will of the Almighty, every second person here is a Khabib. We need a Lomonosov. I will contribute to this, you understand? A career as a security guard, trucks remain. Because when you enter a house, it's usually called a bulat house, about 10 people. 2 people work, one might distribute yellow packages like these. There used to be stacks like this.
The country has become economically dependent. Do you think this is a better time than that?
I don't recommend going there, neither with family nor otherwise. In my personal opinion, it's not a place for Muslims. If there's an opportunity for the young, of course, not talking about the elderly, if there's a chance and you know English and are somewhat financially stable, just dedicate your time to studying. In short, enroll somewhere and study. The time spent here makes you selfish. More spread out, basically, under the table there, basically.
Uh-huh.
They're under the table, here officially above the table. That's the difference. Moscow, brother, it's a different level in terms of service and cleanliness. Let's be one-on-one, you, like that. Teacher, teacher. Brother, I'll tell you, teachers here don't live lavishly. Just, how can I say, it's all for show. this insurance. I'll give you insurance. I'll give you benefit. I'll give you this. No one can convince me otherwise. Healthcare in Russia is far better. People and the devil are the same everywhere. In the 90s, to all families, all mothers, fathers who raised families. In the 90s, and went through it all with dignity, they are great people. That's what I'm saying. The thing is, we look at them through our own projection. They don't need much. In this regard, they are more like Muslims than the Valiant police. You wanted it to be valiant, didn't you? There you go.
No, I didn't want it to be that valiant, to be honest. All right. Thank you very much, Kazbek. I hope it will be a blessing for everyone who watches. Thank you for agreeing to support. So,
We even stretched it out.
no, I think it flew by in a minute.
Allahu Akbar.
So, thank you very much. Thank you indeed very much.